Before we get into today's episode, I just want to take a moment to say this. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. You can call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org for free support. You can also find help at psychologytoday.com or headsupguys.org. And if you're local, the Calming Center and Bethany's team are doing incredible work over there. Remember, you're not alone.
You know what's funny is I told Tim the story of when I cracked that. It was a home game. It was the only touchdown Reggie ever scored. And I told Tim the story of how I cracked the so hard he dropped the ball and fumbled. And before I could pick it up, Reggie came in running, scooped it up, and scored a touchdown. And
took that thing from you.
Well, I can't say that he took it. I'm not even going to say that he took my touchdown, okay? But I can tell you that in that moment, I was like, you, Reggie, go, go. Like, I was so torn between, like, you but yes, you know. Well, now it's so funny. Anytime Tim sees me, it's not, hey, Benny, it's not anything. He's, you, Reggie.
You mean just sit in silence?
No, you can talk.
You mean go like this?
Is that what you're doing?
It goes very awkward, don't it? Like, it's weird because you got the headphones on and it goes, like, really, really quiet.
I don't find it awkward. I find it comforting sometimes, you know. Mac Miller once said that, like, sometimes love is just being able to, like, not pollute the air with words. Just be able to, like, sit
and just shut up
and enjoy silence.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, have you ever watched that movie, like, 1,000 Words?
No.
With, like, Eddie Murphy?
Have you seen that movie?
Have you seen it?
She knows more music and movies than I do.
So it's like this movie, man, and he only has, like, 1,000 words. Like, he gets, like, cursed, and, like, every time he says a word, it falls, like, the leaf falls off a tree. You ever seen it?
Oh.
And it's like teaching you, like, hey, you have to be mindful of what you say.
I actually think, yes, it's like it's an older, obscure movie.
No, I mean, it's not like crazy old.
It's got like a
it's
cult,
older.
It's got a cult following to it.
No.
Well, Pulp Fiction has a cult following to it.
I mean, yeah, if you think so, yeah.
I guess that's all just based around your perspective of the definition of that verbiage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that crazy. It's a pretty funny movie, but it's very inspiring. If you really, like, get that meaning, you're like, look, I need to shut the fuck up sometimes. I guess he was like,
I can't tell you how many times throughout the day, how many times in the last hour, like, holy.
Like what?
That, you know, maybe I just need to shut the fuck up. Like at work, I'll be telling Josh how I think the job should be run, and I'm not the fucking foreman. So it's like, hey man, maybe you just shut the fuck up. But at the same time, you know, multiple different perspectives broaden your own. So it's just like there's a give and take there.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever you're into, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't even know how to do this without even reading this. Like, I know what we're talking about, but like I should have never done this. I should have just left this shit unplanned and then.
Well, no, some structure is good. Last time we were kind of just shooting from the hip, and it came out great. A little bit more structure.
Oh yeah, we talked about the most randomest. If you're listening to our podcast, like it's pretty freaking random.
You ready to start?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
What's on your mind, Val?
It's weird, man.
What's weird?
We got a new member, and like, you wanted to bring people in on this,
dude.
And like, you know what that is? Like, do you think about this, dude? Just imagine, like, I don't think I could be a fucking porn star because of that. Like, just imagine, like, you're trying to perform, dude. I don't think I could do it. Like, you just have people like sitting in the corner watching you.
Hey, man, every hotel room has a cuck chair for a reason.
I mean, if you're into that, Benny boy,
I'm not.
If you're into it, Benny boy.
I'm not at all. No, like one day, bro. One day, whether it's this studio or maybe a different location, I think it would be cool as fuck to bring a group of like maybe 10 or 20 of our peers and just have them sit over there and just watch. And maybe the episode goes on, and then there's like maybe a 5-10 minute Q&A where we involve a live studio audience. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like Full House was shot in front of a live studio audience.
I just don't know. I mean, it's going to be weird. To me, it would be. I mean, to you, obviously not, because, I mean, I guess that's what you're used to, but I'm not.
Is this weird for you right now?
A little bit.
How can I make it less weird? You want me to take my shoes off?
Nah, I got my shoes on today.
Okay.
I figured after I seen my toes on video, I was like, I'm going to cut that shit out.
No, dude, that little foot.
I know, it was good.
That was cool.
Good.
Please tell me you kept that in there.
I did. Yeah, it's 100% in there. Why would it not be?
I'm just saying.
Dude, you ain't even watching our episodes?
I haven't I haven't yet. No,
dude.
I mean, I've listened and watched like 7-8 minutes of the first one, but
I mean, after you told me about the Steve-O podcast, I went and watched the Steve-O podcast. You know what? Like after he introduced, like, are you a POS? You know what, Ben?
What?
You should answer that question. Are you a POS?
Sometimes, yeah.
For not watching our podcast?
Sometimes, yeah. I guess I could be.
Not watching his video of me and you talking random crap to each other?
Well, it was kind of like I was here. Like I'm in the video, so I know how that went.
Oh, I mean, yeah, whatever, guys. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna read this. So I'm gonna read this guy like to them, and then after that, I'm putting this thing away.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna have to.
All right, yeah.
Because like it's a lot.
Okay.
And like it's a lot of words.
Why don't you read it?
Because I'm nervous.
You want me to read it?
No, I mean, no, I got it.
Okay.
It don't matter. Whatever you want to do.
Don't be nervous. You look great. We're down here. You got a nice little environment. It's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool.
I'm hot. All right. Fuck. Got me nervous, bro. No, I'm just messing with you. Hey, guys. Today we're talking about male friendships. Why they matter.
It's important.
It is, dude. How they keep us sane. And why sometimes your buddies are the real MVPs of life.
Oh, for sure.
You're an MVP, bro.
You know, we were having a conversation about this today.
Oh, 100%.
In the truck on the way back from work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you were doing, but I was on the way back from work, and I was like, damn, grateful.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Grateful.
And then we're gonna debate our little man talk for tonight. Is going to be our man card or nah is saying, you know, I love you to friends. Is that, you know, will that cost you your man card? Which, you know, we don't have to answer that yet. We're going to save that for them, and then we're going to relive like one of our wildest nights with friends. That's a fun one. That is a fun one, guys.
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Yeah,
I've been blessed to have many a great experience with several friends, man. I am truly blessed in the fact that I have several true friends.
that's good.
And I have had shitty friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've had great friends. You know, I've had everything in between. Friendships are definitely important, and I am a blessed man. I'm a blessed man to have as many friends as I do.
That's a good thing. I would like to say that I have a lot of friends, but I don't know if I do or not.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about friends, bro. I mean, are we talking on Facebook? Because as a person on Facebook that's not a business, you can have up to 5,000. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
And
that if you go to the business side of things, you can have way more.
Right. Okay. So friend in that term is really just not, those aren't real. You know what I'm saying? Like those are.
I'm talking about real friends.
Okay.
Like, I don't look at Facebook. I mean, obviously, you're my friend or my acquaintance. You know who I am. I kind of know who you are. And some of my friends on Facebook, you have no idea who they are.
Yeah,
like they just
exactly.
add you. That is, I don't know why they even call it friends because I mean,
associate or acquaintance sounds weird. Harder to spell.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, friends is. I would say like if we're going off the full term of what a friend is, I would be hopeful that I have a lot of friends, but I would say that the definition of friends is a little bit different. Like, I don't think you should have to talk to your friend every day.
No, most people. You know what I mean? Most people can only count
on one hand how many they got. 5.
How many real friends? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Show up when I need you. You're there for me. Bounce ideas off of. Hard conversations with. Revealing your deepest self to people. Like it's a very vulnerable and intimate relationship to have a friend that you feel comfortable talking about.
We were literally just talking about this. And that's what's crazy. That's good though. I'm glad we were talking about this, and I'm glad we're getting into this, you know. And so, honestly, I want to start it off with, dude, our weekly checkups, man. How have you done this week? I know you've been extremely busy. I mean, you've talked, you know, obviously, and you have been you've been all over the place here lately. So tell me, what's going on with you, dude? What's up with life?
Life, I'm still here, still kicking at it. You can never create time. You can't make time. You can only schedule it. You know what I mean? And even we were talking about time management earlier today. Like I do the best that I can, and it always seems like I can never be everywhere that I need to be. Like if I had 2 or 3 more Bennies, like if I had 2 or 3 more versions of me, like clone copies, that would be enough for me to get everything that I feel like I need to get done at any given day.
Yeah.
But since there's just me, I'm a one-of-one. I'm doing the best that I can. Really been progressing and growing in my electrical career, still running my business. Have recently experienced my first loss in my business, you know, so that was interesting.
What kind of loss are you talking about? Like
lost a client.
lost a client?
Lost a client.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's cool. It at first it was kind of like, but it was a blessing. You know, silver lining type deal. So I mean, navigating that, growing in my electrical career, have found myself in a new personal relationship. Still a kid, dad. You know, doing all those things. It's just I'm working. I'm working
All the time.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, dude. I mean, that's going to be on our next episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the hustle trap.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to tease you a little bit on that with our episode. But, I mean, I'm glad that, like, you've been busy, but you've also had, you know, you've had a lot of other stuff coming up. You've had, like, obviously you've lost the client. And that's a weird experience. Like, when you lose that, like, when you get that first client, and I think they were, like, one of your first clients, right? Like, one of your first big clients.
They were one of my first, like, commercial clients that I maintained. I mean, I've serviced them for 70 weeks in a row. So, I mean, and we'll get to that. But enough about me, man. What's up with you? How you doing?
Man, I'm living life here, dude.
Yeah.
You know, we got some good news and some
good news, everyone.
Some bad news that we're working on, and obviously that'll come out here in the future once we get some more rated, I guess, like doctor's visits and stuff like that, because we have a big important doctor appointment to go to, and we'll figure out our news then and figure out what we're going to do from there. So that's always been good. Work's been good. You know, work's been just, it's hit or miss. You know, some days you're extremely busy, and I mean, I feel like I'm busy every day because, like, I'm always running, but we're always trying to figure out how to manage our time and stuff like that, like you said.
Sure.
I mean, you know, I'm just living life, dude. It's a blessing, like you said. Like last night, I went to football practice with Everett, and
that's awesome.
Dude, he was pumped. You know, he just came down here and talked to you out of the blue, and it was just like, dude, I wanted to stay on defense. That's all I wanted, Dad.
Yeah.
And I looked at him last night. I was like, let's go to offense. Come on, let's play receiver. Defense. No, Dad, defense is going to be it. I'm pulling flags today.
Defense
I was like, okay.
Wins games, bro. Defense wins games.
It was weird, dude. It was like the weirdest thing. Like, it looked like something like looking at him just clicked in his eyes, and he was like, hell yeah, Dad, I am ready to play. And he was out. I mean, I'm talking. The kid has never, like, when they hand the ball off on offense, like, you can't cross the line until they get rid of that ball or hand it off. And last night he was waiting. He'd back up. He'd do his little back steps. He'd step forward as soon as they hand that ball off and get it over there and yank a flag.
Found his little flow state.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. He was pumped.
That's cool.
He was having a good time.
All right, so business. I mean, dude, as busy as every time, dude. I want you to know, man. I think I've said this to you before. Every time I feel super swamped, like, I got a lot going on too, right? And then you'll call me, and you'll ask me what I'm doing. And one of my favorite things to do is you'll call me on a Monday morning. You'll call me on a Monday morning, like 7:30, 8:30.
Like, what are you doing, Ben?
What else? What do you think I'm doing, bro? I'm working. Like, it's Monday. I'm in the truck. I'm on the way to go make some money. I'm on the way to go make some money. Go spend some money. Where'd the Dolph? No, you don't know Young Dolph?
Whatever you want to say, dude.
It's bulletproof.
I love it, dude.
It's awesome. But yeah,
at least you got my back.
Always, bro. And that's part of being a real friend.
Yep.
But like every single time I feel stressed or feel like I can't schedule or I need to do a better job of managing my time, Dakota will call me and he's like, yeah, started off my day. I'm going over here. I'm doing this for this business. And then I got this. Got to pop in and see a client at Food Rush. Then I got to take kids, good doctor's appointments, football. Dakota's doing what, like, I'm just like, I don't really have a right to stay. No. I don't have a right to be worried about what I have going on when they're juggling like 27 different things.
It's literally not even like that. Like, we've worked together well as a team, so like it sounds like we have a lot, but like we've kind of figured out our rhythm. That's to where cool. Like when I tell you, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing a lot, or I'm going here and going here. Really, it sounds like a lot, but in reality, it's like, oh, we've kind of got that figured out. Listening to you is way worse. Like, you say the same thing about me, and I'm like, I look at Dakota, I'm like, man, Ben has got it going on right now. He's out there. Because like I was talking to you the other night, and you were like, oh yeah, I'm wiring lights. Then I'm gonna go change my oil. Then I'm going back to wire lights. And then you text me the next day, oh, I just wired 31 lights.
In 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, in 2 hours. And then I gotta go back to this other job, and then now I gotta go back to this house in King and clean it.
Yeah.
And then you were there from like 2 in the afternoon to like 4 the next day. Dude, 4 in the afternoon the next day.
I put in like 16 man hours on that job. But hey, it got done. Customer's happy. Everything's cool. Great. And that's what we do it for. So, but yeah, man, things are good. I'm glad to hear things are going well for you.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it's always good. Let's get into this main topic, dude. Like friendship being healthy. Why is friendship healthy? And men's mental health or anybody's mental health, really. You know what I mean? Like having a friend, like me and Dakota's talked about this. We literally just talked about this the other day. Dakota she actually asked a friend for help the first time in her life.
Nice. Hit the applause button.
I don't even know where the applause button is.
Man, you got these buttons and all these cool stuff over here hidden behind this. Yeah, find the applause.
Okay, we'll say it again.
Okay.
Dakota just recently asked a friend for help.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. So that was crazy. And so I really think like the whole, like it's like the most important part in mental health in general. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a big part in mental health. I think it could allow you to express like what you need to express.
You know what one of the worst modern day human punishments is?
What's up?
Solitary confinement, solitude, being alone is one of the hardest things for anybody, not just men, but when you're alone with your thoughts, sometimes you can be on top of the world, especially if you have an extreme sense of confidence, right? Yeah. If you're alone and you're the man, nobody can tell you shit. That's awesome. That's a great place to be. On the flip side of that, you're going through it. You're down on yourself. You're negative self-talking. The world is on your shoulders, like everything going through your mind. If you're alone in that, that can be extremely detrimental. And I mean, I know several people that I know so many people that have 3,000 Facebook friends. Not one of them pick up the phone. No, they're alone.
Yeah.
And I've been alone. Like choosing to be alone sometimes is a thing for a lot of people. I know that there have been times in my life where it's just like I know I have Dakota in my corner. I can call him right now. It's not even that I don't want to talk to you. It's not even that I don't need you. It's that sometimes solitude is great, and then sometimes you need a friend to pull you back out of that.
Yeah, I don't think that even if you step into solitude or if you step into being alone is a bad thing. Obviously, like if you let it get to being to a bad point, yes. You know what I mean? But I think that sometimes in your life, I really think that you should be allowed to step out and have your peace and quiet. Like
sure.
you should be able to go in and take a shower, and if you want alone time, get alone time. If you actually want to be alone in your thoughts, do that. I understand like it sucks. Sometimes it really sucks to be alone in your thoughts.
Sure.
It truly does. And I'll agree 100% on you that solitude sucks. And like that is one of the biggest forms of punishment in prisons.
Yeah. Solitary confinement.
Yeah, as soon as they get in trouble, hey, you're going to solitary confinement. Because you know what it does to you mentally, I think like you being alone for a certain amount of time is obviously good for you in certain times. But then when it's used as a punishment or whatever, and if you get to that point where you want to stay in that, that's when it gets deep.
Sure.
That's when it's really hard.
Sure.
Because I mean, they literally put you in prison, you get in trouble for it, you go to solitary confinement, and they leave you in there for days.
Being the last man standing. Like not even talking about in a punishment sense, but like, lone survivor on the battlefield, lone ranger, survivor in the desert, last survivor of like a plane crash. Like, like all these things.
It sucks.
Can be terrible.
Yeah.
But you're never alone when you have Jesus. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. And you know what? I want to take a second too. If there are any pouch companies out there, holler at your boy, okay? Because on the last episode where I was reading my journal, I was like, the Lord will deliver me from this nicotine addiction as soon as I ask that of him. Dude, this is the first day that I have used nicotine in like maybe a week and a half. And that is greatly influenced by my new relationship. She's too pretty to have like hoses coming out of her nose because of vaping. So like I called her out on it and she was like, all right, fine. Like I'll quit. Then I was like, well, fuck, if you're quitting, then I'll quit. And I didn't buy that because right now at Circle K, any tobacco product, they give you a free can. So like I went home and I saw my parents the other day and they walked around the corner and was just like, oh, by the way, I got these for free, and sat, 3 6 milligram cans of nicotine in front of me. And I was like, shit, dude, we're doing a pod. Like there's a lot of eyes on us. And nicotine does have some cognitive benefits. But I mean, I'm talking if there are any pouch companies out there, creatine, caffeine, cognitive benefits, ashwagandha pouches, holler at MENTAlk, bro. I would love to see what you got. Dakota would love to see what you got. And there's that. But
hey, I love it, dude. I mean, I would say that, Jay Cutler, if you want to hit us up.
Does Jay Cutler have a pouch brand?
No, he doesn't have a pouch, but he has this liquid carnitine or whatever.
Oh, dude.
Bro, I'm going to tell you what, that is I took it, no energy drinks for months.
Well, listen, dude, Jay Cutler, and we got to do
Dude, we're giving out this free advertising. We just need to, I know, we
got to do an episode of like bodybuilding and extreme athletes and like fan stuff and like other that. Because I mean, I used to dude, I would watch Jay Cutler workout videos of him in his like 2001, 2002 prime Olympia era. And I would watch that before I'd go to the gym. Like, Jay Cutler is probably one of the most influential athletes in my personal life. But
I'm a huge fan of him.
He actually talks in that about friends and how when you have a definitive purpose, like when you have a chief aim in life, whatever that is, for him it was becoming the Olympia champion.
Yeah.
Your friends can either make you or break you a lot of the time too. How many times have we heard you are who you surround yourself with? If you hang out with 5 broke sons of bitch, you're probably going to be a broke son of a bitch. Like if you hang out with 5 terrible people, you're probably going to be a terrible person. On the flip side of that, if you can surround yourself with like-minded individuals, good people, good friends, you are who you surround yourself with.
Dude, I love this because like I can just say a couple words and I just let you talk.
I'm sorry, I can stop talking.
This is wonderful.
This is no caffeine.
No, I'm just saying, so like you're saying that your parents enabled you?
Dude, oh, you mean with the nicotine?
With the caffeine, dude.
Like, holy, I'm back in Bethany's office. Like, holy. I'm not saying
they came and gave you the nicotine right to your face and you were supposed to be stopped. And honestly, I'm not going to rag on you for saying you stopped because I probably have a big part in saying that you probably should just get back on it a little bit.
Well,
because you did kind of make a very bold decision, and that is the Benjamin Nichols way, is that when something hits in his mind, he has to do it all at one time.
All or nothing. And my dad actually said something to me years ago that kind of stuck with me, is he's like, you don't have to do everything at one time.
And you haven't learned yet.
I was talking about, I quit drinking, I quit smoking, I quit using nicotine. Like, I make a lot of life changes at one time, all or nothing, fully commit yourself.
And it's really hard to do that. If you've been doing it for as long as you have, it is really hard for you just to really quit cold turkey. And then especially like with your work environment, how much you're working and everything that's going on in your life, it's like, oh, wait a minute. That is a huge thing to just randomly stop out of the blue and say, oh, I'm just going to quit nicotine and not be relying on it. Like I'm proud of you for doing it and trying to not be so reliant on it, obviously. But I think like quitting yourself fully cold turkey while you're in the middle of like your biggest life changes right now that you're going through is maybe not like the craziest, like, or the smartest idea, I would say. Well, now I'm proud of you. I really am proud of you, obviously.
No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, if we think back to the last time that I came over here and recorded a podcast, like I had been up for 23 hours working nonstop.
4 energy drinks.
The only way that you can get that amount of work done is, well, I shouldn't say the only way, because through Christ, all things are possible.
I don't think anybody's ever going to take you serious about saying that, because like you just do that funny voice every single time.
Well, I mean, that's a comfort. That's a comfort mechanism.
100%.
And
we just talked about that too.
That's the truth. That's honestly how I make a lot of my decisions. Like, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a holy man. I'm just trying to do better and live the best that I can do to live a Christ-like life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because the gospel will break your heart and then set you free, and all these other things. And yeah, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, especially he can deliver you from alcoholism, drug abuse, nicotine addiction. So I'm not going to say that my parents enabled me by dropping that on me. It was a kind gesture, like they got them for free, and they knew that the last time that I had seen my dad, he saw me put these in. Yeah. So it's like
it's something because like they love you and they've seen it.
They were like, "Hey, that's for Benjamin." Yeah,
they don't know. They're not like, "Oh, he's going through this and this. We're not going to do it." They're going like, "That's my son, and I want to give him something that he enjoys."
Well,
obviously,
my dad handed me these 3 cans, and Mom was just like, "Yeah, sorry." Like Mom knew that I had been trying to cut back a little bit, and honestly,
but parents know when you're like. Especially like when you're doing what you're doing, like you think I see what you're doing, but like your parents raised you. They know, old Benny boy over here is high strung. Like if he decides to quit everything at one time, he's going to
see. And the term high strung, I used to almost take offense at, because like when I hear the word high strung, I think of someone that's just like angry, like
No.
and you don't mean it in that sense. You mean I'm just go. I'm just up.
That's
I'm
100%.
I'm just on.
Yeah, you're always on an upper.
Yeah.
Like you're always on an upper. Like it's very rare to ever see you down. Like the day that like the farthest I've ever seen you go like where you're moving like really in slow motion is when you were up for like that 24 hours or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well,
And you were just like man, I'm tired. And you went home and like finally got 4 hours of sleep maybe.
I got 4 hours of sleep. Yeah.
So I mean obviously that's a big thing. And so really dude, like the whole, how do you go about like maintaining your friendships? I feel like personally, I fell at that. Like I think there's a time and place when you should reach out to your friends, obviously, and you should text them, but I don't feel like being a friend, you should have to talk to them every day. Do you?
No, and it's funny you bring that up, man, because Jacob Goins has been my best friend, one of my best friends since like we were little, because our dads were friends, right?
Yeah.
So like there's a picture of Jacob and I playing in the bathtub together, you know what I'm saying? And as you move through time, life takes everybody on different journeys. And to me, a true friend, you may not necessarily have to see them or talk to them every day, but the second that you bump into them at the store, or I was trying to sell my crossbow the other day, got banned on Snapchat. I don't, that's different. I posted a picture of a crossbow, and Jacob actually
Messaged you.
Jacob messaged another one of our friends, Corbin, and was like, "Yo, been selling a crossbow." And then by the time Corbin went to go look, I had been banned on Snapchat. Okay, so later that day, I ended up actually calling Jacob, and I haven't seen Jacob, or I mean, I can't remember the last thing that we did together, but that phone call, I mean, it was like
instant,
right there in it. I got a friend, John. I haven't seen John in probably 2-3 years, but so true friends, especially when people understand you and where you're going, your definite chief aim in life, I think that they will support you in that, whether silently or otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you have to be with somebody or text somebody or call somebody every day for them to know that you're still friends, because if you truly are friends, like, you just know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a difference between authentic, like absolute true friends. Like, dude, if on the way home something happened and you called me, I would find a way over here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily do that for Joe Blow that I worked. Maybe there's a difference between work friends and real friends. There's a difference between like friends that maybe you have mutual friends through. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I are super tight. Maybe we go out to a thing and there's some other buddies there, but they're not as tight as us. You know what I'm saying? And It's good to see them. It's good to do things with them. But that's kind of where that buck stops. And then there are fake friends who will smile through their teeth at you the second you turn around. The knife is in your back, and that's hard.
Yeah.
But as far as like genuine, true friends, to maintain those, you just authentically are yourself. You just live your truth. And those people who are in that like mindset with you will stay with you. You know what I mean? I don't think everyone is meant to be in your life forever. I think some people come and go. They're in your life for a season,
Right.
couple seasons.
Right.
And things don't necessarily even have to go bad. People just grow apart. Time progresses and your journey changes like as you go. And so like true friends, they'll always be your friend. And that was actually a really difficult thing for me to wrap my mind around, because I mean, no one will hurt you or disappoint you more than people you love.
Oh, 100%. Like people that you think are your friends and then you don't.
Or just don't look at your friendship the way that you do.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with that's the problem with a lot of things. Like Dakota has a big heart on her sleeve. Like she wears her heart on her sleeves, not, when you do something for friends and you expect them to be the same exact way, that's not how it is.
Well, and it's not even about expecting anything in return.
Well,
it's just like,
live that.
Dude, I did this out of the kindness of my heart because I love you and I don't want anything back. Yeah. I don't want a favor returned. I'm just doing that because that's what a friend is to me.
Right.
And then that same person that you dropped everything for and helped them to change your tire, it hurts when they don't take you to the bachelor trip, right? It hurts.
Right, but that's one of those things is like, it's where you don't expect nothing in return, but you expect them to return that kindness. That's where it comes like, if you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, it's not that you're expecting them to do it, but you're wanting them to show the same kind of love that they showed you. You know what I mean?
And you
like
can't
if I was,
like
if you said, if I was like, hey man, I'm gonna come over and I asked you to come over and help me, and or I didn't even ask you for you to come over and help me, you just showed up to help me, right?
Yeah.
Just like you were saying, and then I didn't invite you to something. Like, yes, that's a bad thing, but sometimes people don't respond in the same ways you would. Like, you may do something for somebody the kindness of your heart, but that may not be what they want to do. They may return it like later on down the road by something totally different.
And maybe they're not even looking that deep into it. Maybe you're looking too deep into it. Yeah, because
like
you know what I'm saying?
You're worried about it a little bit. You're just like, oh, wait a minute, man. Like, I thought we were close.
Because my time is valuable and I made time to help you.
Yeah.
And again, not that you want anything back from those people, but it's kind of like, would they do that for you? Yeah. And even if the answer is no, I still think that you do those things anyway as a testament to who you are as a person and the value that you have in friends, whether that's reciprocated.
Well, I don't think you change who you want to be in life. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think you should remain who you are as a person, as a friend. Yeah. Like, no matter how much you do, I just think that there's certain times, like, when you should probably step back away from that.
Sure.
Like I don't think that you should give 100. I think that you should be the same person no matter what. Like, if you're going to give your all to somebody, but like then once that happens or something, then you're just like, hey, wait a minute. No, I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm not going to put myself out there so far, or not necessarily that, or just, hey, I'm just going to step back a little bit, and I'm going to quit thinking so much about it. I'm not going to put myself in that mindset to say, hey, mate, wait, I thought I was a good friend to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I use the term Homer Simpson a lot, and that can mean a lot of different things, but everyone's seen the GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? GIF.
It's 100% GIF.
All right. I've seen the GIF. Everyone's seen the GIF of like Homer like backing up into the bushes.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I need to recede into myself. Like, sometimes I need to do that and sit with myself. Like, you know, I might have 48 text messages. I have 13,000 emails. I got 68 voicemails that, you know, for me to do what I need to do, sometimes I just need a Homer Simpson.
Well, like we talked about, like, you don't have to talk to your friends.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to your friends every single day. Like, there's times like me and you've went on this hiatus to like where we ain't talked in like months.
Right.
And then we pick right back up and then we're talking and talking. I have the same exact friendship with Dustin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, me and like Dustin understands that I'm busy, and I understand that Dustin's extremely busy.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. When you're friends and you understand that, there's no offense taken.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Yeah.
It's just life, because like you have kids, I have kids. It's like, hey, wait a minute, dude. Like, if you're spending a long time with your kids and you're hanging out with them, it's not like, hey, I'm expecting a text in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you get to that point, it's kind of like, hey, that's...
Well, and it's interesting whenever you have friends before your other friends do, because your whole perspective,
kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
When you have kids and your friends don't have kids, and, you know, maybe...
That changes. That's a weird dynamic.
It is. And then, do you have any friends that don't have kids but have dogs?
Yes, we had this conversation last time.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, okay, like, I'm not going to discredit their value in that relationship with something they love, but at the same time, like, you'll never know what parenthood is until
you have kids.
Yeah.
Right?
And I never really understood the depths of love until
you had kids.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's a big one too. Like, obviously, we're gonna have that little teaser. We're gonna have a video about that one, bro. About being dads.
You like how I slipped that in there?
Yeah, you didn't mean to do that. Don't even lie.
No, you don't know. Everything might be intentional, bro. The way that I'm sitting here with my hands behind my head right now is intentional, is it?
No,
it's not.
No.
But no, dude. Friendships. The importance of maintaining and having friends for men's mental health or for mental health. You know, it's a give and take. Sometimes you need a friend. Sometimes you need yourself.
I think you need that person to call on.
Yeah.
I think you need to have that. Like, you need to have somebody in your corner, obviously. I think that having somebody in your corner besides, like, obviously your parents, most people's parents are going to be in their life for a lot. Some people, you don't have that luxury, you know. Right. Some people, you don't have that at all. But I think, like, you're going to have certain people that are going to remain in your friends, like, remain in your corner. Even if they're family, if they're not family. And it's kind of weird because, like, it's really weird. Like, I look at friendship a little bit differently. Like, once I put like my all into it and everything, it's like you become more more than just a friend to me, right? You're like family,
brother.
Like at that, yeah, 100% brother, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's a complete difference. Like if you were to need help with something, you were like, hey Dakota, I really need help with this. I'm going to come and help you.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's a big thing. Like that's a big step in my phase. That's where it goes really weird for me. Like I want to go from like acquaintance to like brother status pretty quick. Like I get we're friends, and I get like you have those smaller friend relationships. Like it's bad to say, but you have those relationships where like you are just work friends or something like that. But then you have those that are really true and deep to you. And that's a big thing to have. And I think that you should always have somebody in your corner. And that's why I think it's the most important part to have as a man in men's mental health in general. Because like I don't know, like if I was to call you and tell you, hey man, I'm having a fucking bad day, you're probably going to sit here and listen to me.
Oh, you mean like the million times where I call and text you and I'm like, dude, like I need another like mine to bounce this scenario off of. Like, dude, this just happened to me. Like when I lost that client, bro, you were one of the first people I called. I was just like, so I just lost one of my larger commercial clients, and this is how it happened. Like, should I beat myself up over this? Like, how would you look at that? This is how I feel about it. What are your thoughts on it? And, just another perspective really grounds you sometimes.
100%. Now, I think it, like you said, friendships or what some friends say could kind of.
Oh yeah, make or break.
Yeah, make or break what you do in life.
There's a reason why I called you, not there's a reason why I called you, not the 4 or 5 other friends that I hold in the same category of our friendship.
Now, even if you did, they may have given you like the same advice or a little bit different advice, but it may have been how you've taken that advice. You know what I mean? Like how you turned that verbiage of what they said into like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and get pumped up.
Now, and something that is important whenever something like that happens to you and you have multiple people to call and bounce that off of, if 2 or 3 of your friends who know you, like true friends, are saying the same thing about the same situation, that is awesome, because that's 2 or 3 like minds also like yours. So that makes 3 or 4 that are all kind of saying the same thing. So like that solidifies that gives it more gravity, more reality. You know what I mean? And that's important, because when you don't have that, self-doubt creeps in, getting down on yourself creeps in. So
that's where you should have those friends.
It is.
It's an important thing to have, dude.
Now, I want to something that's coming to my mind right now while we're talking about friends is a very, very specific situation.
All right, let's hear it.
And we both know this dude. We both played high school ball with this dude. We both made so many memories with this dude. Okay. And,
You Reggie?
No, it's not Reggie. It's not, I promise. But it's one of that friend group, right?
Yeah.
And so I was going through a time, had separated from the mother of my children, my fiance, like who I thought was my person, right?
Right.
And then this individual, like a week before that happened, was over at my house. This individual helped me build kitchen furniture in my house. Like this dude came to my house. Like I've been to his house, like have been friends, have made memories. And I never would have done to him what I'm getting ready to tell you that he did. Nicole and I separate. A week goes by, another week goes by. She sends me a message and was like, hey, just wanted you to know so-and-so just tried to slide on me.
In your DMs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And so, dude, I lost it. I lost my absolute. I called him, and I sent a text that probably never meant to be sent, and maybe in that time my feelings were valid. Like, fuck you, you're a fucking loser. I can't believe you would ever do that. You're dead to me. Don't talk to me. I hope you choke. Like, oh my God.
That's pretty intense. We're going to have to cut some of that out.
I mean, the betrayal. No, leave it. Because listen, the betrayal and the pain that I felt in that moment
is hard.
It was so devastating because, dude, like, again, this man built furniture in my house.
And hung out with you.
Hung out with me. Had memory, played football with me. And so when that happened, I was like, damn, right? Okay. A couple months go by. Things calm down. and our mutual friends were around each other and whatnot. And I hear how he's doing, you know, and then more time passes and I'm like, man, like, I hope he's doing all right. And then one day out of the blue, I realized that, yeah, what he did was fucked up. No, I would never do that to another person.
Yeah.
But me carrying that around only
hurt you worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a burden, dude. That's a big one.
I forgave him. I forgave him and said, hey, man, not only do I forgive you, but I'm sorry for what I said. And I'm sorry for the way that I handled that situation. And those words were said out of emotion. Those words are not accurate to how I view you and the time that we have spent together, the memories that we've made. I forgive you and I'm sorry. And one day I hope
you could be friends again.
Yeah.
Or something can be resolved.
And, you know, to his credit, he was intoxicated. Still doesn't make it right. But he said, he was like, dude, you're absolutely right. That was f***ed up and I'm sorry. And, you know, he said, I understand things will never be the same. And I stopped him right there. I said, dude, I forgive you.
And just dropped it.
It never happened.
Yeah.
And then last week, 2 weeks ago, I took my kids to his kid's 3rd birthday party.
It takes a lot. It does take a lot to do. And like forgiveness is a huge thing, dude. And that's going to be something we're going to have to talk about because it takes a lot to do that, to forgive somebody.
It made me a better person.
Yeah.
And it made me appreciate friendship more.
Well, especially like when you've been hurt so bad. And like when you have those friendships, like they hit hard
They say it really do be your own people.
But that's a hard loss, bro. Like having, in general, just losing a friend.
Well, they're relationships.
Not necessarily to do that, but the relationship that you have with that person, like as a friend, you know, like you tell me stuff that you wouldn't tell nobody else. I tell you stuff that I wouldn't tell nobody else. You know what I mean? And then like when you lose that, it's like, oh crap. And like there's friends that I've lost that have been like a real big hit.
Yeah.
And like you wouldn't think it, dude. And then you sit back and you start to think, dude, man, I miss that person. Like I miss that friend.
Hope they're doing well.
I have friends. I have friends. Me and Dakota's talked about, man. Like I've lost plenty of friends, and recently I had 2 really good friends that I lost, and one of them we hung out with all the time. Well, both of them we hung out with all the time, and one I just almost grew up with. You know, they were young. We were about the same age, and they were friends with Taylor. You know, so it's like, oh wow, dude. And then when you lose those friendships, me and Dakota's talked about, it's like, man, I just want to reach out to the person. It's like, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, man. It's I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I think it's because of like sometimes it's like it's not that I don't forgive them or I'm trying to figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? Because some people just don't want to hear from you.
And that's fine. And that's fine too.
And that's why I have this here right here, because like I can truly say it. And if they do hear this video, man, it's like I really hope that you're doing well.
Well, and at some point, bro, it's not even about them. It's about what it does for you.
Yeah. And now it sucks though, like when you run into those friendships on my end, like when you run into those friendships that you've had for such a long time, and then you step away from that a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like obviously, like you said, something goes on in life. You split separate ways. Somebody starts having family, kids, a life. You start building those things because like you should do that, but then you start losing touch with one another. And I mean, the biggest one that comes to mind with me, dude, is Corbin, like 100%.
He loves you, man.
Oh no, it's just weird. So it's weird. So like. That's the crazy part. Like he's reached out to me. He's reached out to you on Snapchat, and like me and him's talking back and forth. He listens to the podcast, and obviously
I see him once a month.
Yeah, and so it's one of those big things. It's like it's really important, but it's like it's crazy because like me, after the wreck happened, it was like I was friends with a select group of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we hung out all the time, and that was a select group of people, and you know who it was. You know, so it was just a group of us, and like losing touch with all of them was different. But then, like, Corbin went to college with me. Corbin left. You know, like, he dropped me off at college and stuff like that. And, like, losing that friendship it's not losing the friendship. It's just we grew apart. It's just we have families.
Time goes on.
Yeah, dude. He's married.
Tracy Lawrence once said, time marches on.
He's married. And then, you know, I have kids and stuff like that. So, like, you don't hang out with each other all the time. But, like, it's one of those things, like you said, like, with Jacob Goins, you could pick up the phone or sit there and text. You can have a conversation for hours.
And I'll tell you right now, if I were to pull up my phone and call him, he would answer it. Or
dude,
if he can't answer it, you know what I'm saying? If he's doing Jacob stuff, he'll send me a text or he will call me back as soon as he can.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Corbin, dude. If I was to ask Corbin to come over here and help me with something, I know he would.
I helped Corbin bury a cat.
That's a wild story.
One day, and this was years ago. I was like, it was when I was working at Fish Hippie, bro. It was like I was late to work because Corbin needed a friend.
Yeah,
So I mean,
So what's your wildest like?
You first. I gotta think.
What's your wildest like friendship story or like party or whatever you've done? Right, like something with the friends like you've done.
Do you know who you're asking?
Not party. We don't want to know about party. That's a little wild.
I was out here banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. Winning Tiger Blood. Word to Charlie Sheen. If you guys haven't seen that doc, bro, it's hilarious. And no, I was never banging 7-gram rocks. It's just a Charlie Sheen quote.
So what's your wildest story with a friend? What would you say?
Dude, I have so many.
Like one of the I don't know what mine would be. I really don't. I don't know. Like when you sit back and you really think about it, there's a lot of stories out there that could get told.
Well, see, I'm sitting here thinking about 3 or 4, but I don't know if it's a smart thing to put that out there on the internet, bro.
I mean, I don't even care. I have one now. One of the ones that I remember the most is I was friends with my buddy Austin.
Yeah.
And I had just left college.
Yeah.
And we were I was still friends with some of those guys down there in school and stuff. And it was like the following school year. And me and him were hanging out. And I was like, he's like, let's go see these guys at school. And so we traveled down there for a weekend. It was like, let's just go. Let's just go have fun. And then we just got obliterated. And the memory that comes on my mind, dude, is just you're going through a fraternity house.
Yeah.
And this guy walks in with brand new white Jordans, bro.
Oh, no.
White shoes.
Oh no.
And Austin was trashed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he looks over and he had just drank orange juice, Sunkist.
Yeah.
With stuff mixed in it, right? His soda. He drank his soda. That's what he was drinking. That's what we were doing. Well, anyway, he got sick. He had an upset stomach. Nothing happened.
All over the white shoes.
Oh yeah, bro. We were walking out. He went all over. Dude, we we got up out of there. And the story goes on. It goes after we leave there. We're walking. You know those those little safety help buttons, were the police buttons.
Yeah.
And they put them in dark areas.
He's hitting all of them.
No, they have them in college campuses or whatever. And we were down there hanging out. And his stomach was so upset, he had lost where he was at a little bit, and he walked down this area towards the baseball fields, and they had one down in the fields, and he's like, "Bro, the cops are coming! The cops are coming!"
Yeah.
And he starts running out of the blue, gone.
Where'd he go? Did you find him?
Oh no, we found him. He was on the side of a hill. He was on the side of a hill with his upset stomach.
Well, that helped me. Your story, that's awesome. And it's a great time. And the memories and the dopamine that you have reliving those things, dude.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's a great thing to have. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot tell you how hopeful I am that whenever my time comes, that I'm so hoping that I just get to relive the best memories and moments in my life because I'm so blessed to have so many awesome ones. And don't get me wrong, man, there's some not so great ones. At my own fault, things that I did to friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I so hope that when I'm gone, before I get to where I'm going, I hope I get to see all of the good that I did and all of the good things that I experienced with people who love me.
And you get to see that.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Because some of them, dude, some of them I can't even remember.
I'm scared of, developing something to where I lose my memory.
Oh yeah,
like Alzheimer's or something like that.
We got CTE, bro.
No, when I sit there and think about that, dude, that's so scary because when you think about the loss of those memories, that's so scary.
Have you ever experienced have you ever had a family member to have Alzheimer's or loss of consciousness or memory? My great aunt called me Jonah. Yeah.
And that's hard.
Dude.
Yeah. And so I feel like that would be when I sit here and think about it and I'm like, man, this could happen, or you could develop something where you forget something. It's man, I'm going to lose every bit of memories. And it's not just memories with my friends. It's memories with my family. It's memories with my kids.
But see, we're fortunate. We are fortunate in our generation because we have had media devices. Dude, I so hope one day I get that Snapchat account back just because
you'll have all those memories.
The memories and camera. That's why I take candid photos. I take candid videos. Lexi hates it sometimes whenever I just snap a random picture of her, but I mean that's like,
it's a memory for you because like you'll know. It's really weird how our minds work.
You'll
because
see that,
like you'll take that picture and you're like, oh, I know exactly where I was at. That was at this floor at this house right here at this party or wherever you may have been,
and why you took it.
Yeah,
why you took the whole moment. So like we are fortunate in that regard that our generation has the capability to
record everything,
and one day we can see it. That's why I haven't gotten a new phone. I know they're backed up on the cloud, all this other stuff.
It's scary.
I mean, I have the last 5 years on this phone.
I have a phone that's cracked, broke upstairs in my safe or whatever, like in my little not my safe, but my little nightstand or whatever. And like I looked at Dakota the other day, I was like, I can't get rid of this.
No,
I was like, I can't. It has all my memories, even though those are backed up.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can't.
Or even by the time that like you ever want to see them, you'll have to go get like 6 or 7 adapters because technology will be so advanced. Like like the iPhones that had the rectangle charger. And then I was thinking about this while I was walking my dog. Man, some memories that you take, some of those are better left not watched. Some of those are and that's again why I hope that whenever I get to where I'm going, I get to relive them.
I don't think that any memory is not worth rewatching. And the reason why I say that is because it makes you who you are.
It does.
And like when you think about it in the broad spectrum and you can actually sit back and you say, man, I really did that.
Yeah.
Or I did that to that person or they did that to me. And then you're like, whoa, man. Like that's if like you can really, you have those memories, you have those times where you think back on like what you could have done differently with that friend.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, wait a minute. This is a crazy feeling. But back like to the story that I was going to tell you about the recording stuff.
Yeah.
I seen this post on like Instagram or Facebook or video or whatever. And this family, what they have done, like VR has become a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're recording their videos with like these fisheye lenses on their cameras or whatever, and they're creating it as a virtual, like a VR video.
To relive.
Yeah, and so like literally, like they showed like what they were doing, and when they put it on, it was like they were like in their living, like it was like sitting right here, but they would put the VR on and they would show the video on screen or whatever, and it was like they were at their kid's first birthday.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish that I would have thought about that or done anything like that. That is probably the coolest thing that you could ever do.
Yeah.
Because you think about that. What happens if you do develop something or you have a traumatic brain injury and you can't remember somebody, and then they were like, hey man, try this on. Yeah. And you put that VR headset on and you're just like, you're reliving that. That is the craziest thing. That's mind blowing.
What's even crazier is like, imagine putting that on and then seeing that memory and being Alzheimer's or degenerative brain diseases or whatever, and still not knowing who they are or what their relationship is to you. So I mean, that's a double-edged sword.
It is, but what if you got to see that, and what if you probably don't remember them, but I feel like there's and it sucks because you don't know but
the relief
as a human being, like I feel like I really hope that there is some type of sense that they actually might know that deep down in their mind. You know what I mean? Like even though they really don't acknowledge it, maybe they do. Like
Inception. Well, your story helped me pick mine.
Okay, what's yours? Let's hear it.
I was working at the winery, which is not there anymore. The building is still there, but the Old North State Winery is not there.
It's called Angry Trolls now.
I used to be a server / winemaker there in my early 20s. I mean, I turned 21 as an assistant winemaker, and what a job that was.
Yeah.
To be 21 and making wine and oh my gosh, man. But I was working. This was before I was making wine. I was a server. And there was this dude that I thought he was funny. I thought he was intelligent. He was just kind of awkward, like social butterfly, opposite of a social butterfly, just like didn't know how to open up. I don't know if he'd ever been to like a party. Like he would tell me his craziest stories were like, skipping 30 minutes of second period. And I'm over here like, bro, that's a Tuesday. But not to discredit, that was his experience, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a car. I had a motorcycle.
Okay.
I bought a 1987 Honda Rebel 250 off of Craigslist for $900 in September, living in North Carolina because I needed transportation and I could afford that $900 motorcycle way faster than I could afford like a $2 or $3 grand beater car. So, and I was waiting tables, and I was not financially educated. I was not financially responsible or mature. So like most of my money evaporated,
dude. Like I can only imagine you like on this motorcycle with like one of those like
I had the Walmart helmet.
Yeah, like one of those little Walmart like bomber helmets with your mustache, your hair flowing, and you're just like this. Oh, and you're shaking, bro. You're riding on the road shaking.
That was before the mustache. That was before the flow, dude. I mean, that was a different time for sure. But anyway, This was like November.
Right.
No, it was October. Yes, it was October because where I'm going with this, you gotta bear with me, okay?
I'm waiting on
His name.
good. We got time.
His name was Ian, and he was a host, and I was a server.
Okay.
And he was funny, liked music, played bass. I played bass, so it's like we kind of jived a little bit. And my other buddy John had a really good friend, Jon Snow. Word to Game of Thrones. If you see this one day, buddy, I miss the shit out of you. Hope you're doing well. And this is gonna pose some questions by the time I get done with it.
Okay.
Because I feel like I made the right decision when it was all said and done.
All right, I'm ready.
But our other friend Logan was my neighbor.
Right.
Okay. And she lived maybe 5 minutes up the road. And after high school, she went to NC State. And, I went to Surrey Community and then focused on just working, really trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And Logan invited me up for a football game to hang out with her and her sorority friends. And so I was over here, I was just like, dude, hell yeah. And Logan was a strictly platonic friend, would go over to her house, help each other with homework because she lived 5 minutes up the road. Some days we would carpool to school, she dated a few of our friends and, just nothing ever weird because guys can have friends
that are girls.
They can.
Yeah. I mean, you have some.
That's a different conversation.
That's a different pocket. We'll talk about that later.
But anyway, Logan was like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm off work." And she's like, "All right, well, this Saturday, Boston College is coming to NC State for a football game. It's Halloween. Me and the girls are like doing this thing. Would be awesome. Would love to see you. Would be awesome if you came up." And so I'm over here like, yeah, absolutely. I'll find a way. I'll make it there. And
on your little Honda?
I didn't have a car. Yeah, I didn't have a car. So I'm sitting here. I'm just like, how can I make it to a sorority football game? How can I make it to get up there to see Logan, right? And then Ian came around the corner, and Ian had a 2013 or 2014 Ford Focus. So he had a car. And then it was like a light bulb. I was just like, yo, man, you ever been to a sorority party? Because that's a powerful question. It's kind of like, you ever seen the inside of a tour bus? That's a powerful statement. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, bro, you ever been to a sorority party? And he was like, no. I was like, do you want to go? And he, what? Was almost surprised that I was asking him.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, man, we've talked. I think it's really funny. You're cool, and it'd be a great time. And he was just like, yeah, you also need a ride, don't you? And I was just like, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, do you want to be the ride? And
he called you out on your
I was just like, yeah, but it could be you. We could go. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll take you. And so that was at 7:00 during our shift.
Yeah.
So and the winery didn't close until 10 or 11. You had to close, not getting out of their restaurant until late. So I was like, look, man, if you want to go, when we get off, I'm good. I don't need anything. I don't need a bag. We can hop in the car and we can go straight there. He was like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever, I'll go. It'll be fun. As long as you admit that you need a ride, I'll take you. And so I was just like, all right, yeah, whatever, right? So we're closing down, and my buddy John texts me. He's like, what are you getting in tonight? And I was just like, yo, dude, I think I'm going to NC State. And he was like, oh, no way, how you getting down there? You're not riding your bike to Raleigh at night right now, are you? I was like, no, I got a ride. He was just like, well, bro, can I come? And I was just like, I'm not driving, but it's a 4-door car. I'm sure there's room. Let me see if Ian doesn't mind, coming and picking you up. And so I run it by Ian, and he's never met John before.
Yeah.
He only knows John through my stories. And I was just like, yeah, look, man, he knows people. His sister goes to school there. A lot of his friends from East Surrey went to State. It would be really cool if he came. I said, he'll probably bring a bottle, probably bring something to drink, it would be a good time. But we got to go get him, and it is your car. I don't want to, is that cool with you? And Ian was just like, yeah, more the merrier. And so, at this point, sure, man, whatever. And so we go and we pick John up, and he gets in the car with a bottle of Jack Daniels, a full fifth. And this is not an admission of guilt, okay?
You didn't do nothing. Yeah, it was juice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And so Raleigh's about 2.5 hours from here. And so we left John's house at 10:30. So to get to NC State, by this point,
you're 1 o'clock.
Yeah. And the car ride's cool. We're playing different tunes, showing different music, all this other things, like getting excited, doing it. And we pull up and we get there, and it's not the sorority house. It's the accompanying fraternity house.
Yes.
And so, yeah, right? Which, if I don't know if many people know anything about fraternities, and I was never in one, okay? I didn't go to college.
I love how you made that statement. Yeah, I was in a fraternity, not in school.
Yeah. So typically, you're not allowed there unless you're invited by someone of importance there.
It depends on the party.
It depends on the
fraternity and the party. Yes.
So
because there is some closed off parties with fraternities that's a little forbidden unless you're invited.
And most fraternities have an accompanying sorority, and they date whatever within that. So we were invited through Logan,
and so you were allowed to go.
And we were allowed to go. And we get in there, man, and it was every movie that you've ever seen of like a college Animal House. You know what I'm saying? Kids drinking, playing pong, music.
Project X.
Yeah, not quite.
Not that wild.
Somewhere between Project X and Animal House. It was a typical fraternity sorority.
It was tasty.
It was cool. Everyone's having a good time. And, I hit the function. John hit the function, and we've both been. This is our element, we're no stranger to this.
Y'all just left Ian. Bro.
No. I looked over at Ian, and he was like so timid and shy and everything. And I was like, hey man, I'll chill with you, bro. I'll hang out with you. We can, I'll open up. Like you're funny. And I said, bro, listen.
Just have a good time, bro.
Yeah, just have a good time. Be yourself. I was like, look, you don't have to be anything other than who you are. And I said, to be honest, bro, you're tall, you're slender, you got this dark, mysterious vibe. I was like, you play that right, dude. Like,
hey, you had a sorority, bro.
I was like, yeah, bro, like, come on. And so we're over there, and we're hanging out, and he and I are smoking cigarettes and drinking, and met the president of the frat and all the other people, and they were so stoked that we were there, man. It was really cool because I know how it is sometimes, and so I'm walking in there, and like we don't go to school here, like they don't know us.
Yeah, but a lot of fraternities are not
what they used to be.
Yeah, a lot of them are really chill, and they want you to be they want you to have a good time.
Yeah,
like that's what they want.
Because that solidifies and strengthens their relationship or their reputation.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're vibing, and we're playing. We're talking about music, right, with the frat guys, and he's like, yo, you ever heard of J. Cole's project, Truly Yours? And I was like, yes. Have you heard the sequel, Truly Yours too? And he was like, bro, Kenny Lofton. And I was like, yes, Kenny Lofton, bro. It was awesome. And so we're chilling, and they're hospitable, letting us drink their juice, eating their snacks, whatever. And I look over at Ian, and he's having a great time. And he was like, yo, man, I really need a cigarette. And I was like, all right, I'll go outside with you. And we go, and within a matter of 2-3 minutes, right? It was like slow motion. We go outside talking to the frat dude. I can't even remember his name. He had a boot on his leg. He was like 6'4", great dude. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, hey, we're checking on you, friend.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, man. I appreciate that. I remember this. I carried this with me for like a decade, okay? So we're sitting there smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden it occurs to me, like I've been making sure Ian's good because I knew John would be fine. So I kind of let John do his own thing.
Yeah, so you just left John and went with Ian.
Well,
that's a smart decision.
And he kind of left us. Like John's feeling. He was like, "All right, guys, I'll see you in a minute. Like I'm gonna go be John."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, man. Just be cool.
Yeah, just be John.
Just be cool."
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can be Ben. Like, dude,
I would never look at you and say be Ben.
Exactly. I use the term benning out. Because dude, like sometimes I get excited, bro. I just start benning out, dog. I get. Woo, you know what I mean? And that can be a little much. Like it can be a little much for people who don't know you.
And you're new.
Yeah.
And you aren't, yeah.
Yeah. So, just be cool.
So you went with Ian?
Yeah. And no sooner than he was like, hey, man, I wonder what John's doing. And he took a draw of his cigarette. And I remember this scene like it was a movie. Flick cigarette in slow motion. It tumbles. And then all of a sudden, the tall frat guy comes out of the front door, and he was like, hey, man, hey, man. And I was like, all right, what's up? And he was like, is this your idiot? And I was just like Ian literally asked me, I wonder what John's doing. And then boom, is this your idiot? So I looked at Ian, I was just like, let's go get him.
Come on, John.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we walk in, and John was helping himself to their juice, kind of that fifth of Jack ain't a fifth no more, like John's Johnin', bro.
He's Johnin'.
Yeah. And so he was kind of making an ass out of himself there at the party, and kind of just needed to dial back.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey man, like, can you get your friend? Can you get your friend? Chill out.
Right.
And so John's drunk at this point and realizes that he's made other people feel uncomfortable. And then at that point, he's like, his defense mechanism at that time was to turn it outward. You know what I mean? So he's like, what, man? Like, everyone's got a fucking problem with me. And I was just like, hey, man, like, well, look what look
what you're doing.
We're in their house. They're being hospitable to us.
Like, you need calm.
We're not in the frat. Like, we're here as guests. And my friend was the one that invited us. So, like, don't embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't discredit, don't impugn my honor. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, man, all right. And so Ian and I kind of look at each other, and Ian's having a great time. He's like, yeah, okay, dude, this is awesome. I'm glad I came. Like, yeah, this is cool. And I was like, listen, we might need to keep an eye on John. Might need to just make sure he's cool, stay close. 5-10 minutes go by. And Ian and I kind of post up. Like, I'm talking to Logan, and, that was cool for a few minutes. Like, I split off, and Logan's, like, showing me her room and introducing me to a couple of her friends and shit. Like, and we're catching up because I haven't seen her in a minute.
Yeah.
And how's college? How's your study going? She was in the textile fashion student program. Like, like, how's life, bro? Like, what's up? And introduced me to a couple of her friends. So, I mean, that was cool. And then, she was like, all right, well, I gotta go check on so-and-so. I'll meet you outside or whatever. And so I was like, yeah. So I come back out into, like, the main foyer, and it was kind of set up the way your basement is. Like, the stairs were right there, and there's a pong table, like, over where they're sitting at the computers. And Ian's posted up right here, like, where you are on the wall.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, man, what's up? And he just points.
Oh, daggone. John, bro.
No sooner than he points and I look over, I watch John walk up to this pong table, not playing, on the sides.
God.
And I watched him go like this and whisper in this girl's ear. Literally just walks up to a random girl. I don't know if he knows her or not. Walks up, cups her, and whispers something in her ear. And she starts bawling, like crying, like...
Oh, man.
Like, in the middle of the party, at the pong table. Everyone sees it. So, naturally, I was like, all right, it's time to go. Like,
oh, God.
I was like, it's time to go.
That's not the good thing to do.
No. Well, and to this day, he doesn't know what he said. I don't think he remembered any of this. And if he ever hears this, bro, I'm not sharing this to discredit you. This is just a crazy story. And, like, this
Did you say last name?
No, I hope. If I did earlier,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay, because John is a very ambiguous name.
Yeah.
So before I could get him,
right,
the girl he made cry was one of, like, the main frat guy's girlfriends. So we're in their house. He's already been an ass, like, and now he made one of their girls cry.
You had every one of them fraternity brothers on you.
Getting ready to, and President came over to me and I was like, "Look, man, we're leaving. Like, we're going." Ian's going to get the car. I brought him here. I'm sorry. You guys have been great. Like, I really appreciate your hospitality. Here's my snap. Here's my number. Text me sometime. Like, we'll catch a football game, whatever. Like, I'm sorry. We're getting out of here before this gets worse. And to his credit, at first he was like, yeah, man, I think that's for the best. Like, it was really cool. Dapped me up, all that shit. Okay. Well, John didn't like all these other guys staring at him because they did come down the stairs ready to
Oh yeah, you mess with one.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Well, John didn't like that, and he was like, "Come on, man, that, bro. Come on, we can take him. We can take him, man." And I said, "John, what are you?" I said, "What are you doing, bro? Like, what are you talking about?" He said, "Man, that, bro. They talking. We need to fight, bro."
John don't know who you are, though. John don't know who you are. No. You don't fight.
Well, yeah, right. Well, see, not in situations like that.
Oh, 100% no.
Now if it's warranted,
yeah.
I mean,
you'll step into it.
If it's warranted, and I mean,
but when it's two guys going against 40,
yeah,
50,
and
60,
and that's what I'm saying. I was like, bro, look at what. Yeah, they're upset, and they have every right to be like, we need to leave. I'm not like, no. He said, dude, you, man, if you're not fighting with me, you're fighting against me. I said, John, nobody has to fight at all. Like, we can leave right now. We can get in the car and we can go home. This is it. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And he said, fuck that, man. Come on. Squares up. And then 6 of these dudes like circle up around him. And I stepped in between him and these 6 dudes. And I was like, nah, guys, I'm serious. Like, I'm leaving. I'm taking him. We are leaving. Like, no, we're not doing this. And so Ian's going to get the car. President's like, all right, guys, seriously, like, back up. They're leaving. They're bouncing. Like, it is what it is. Just let them go. And so I picked John up. I locked my wrist around him, almost like a wrestling slam. You know what I'm saying?
Sumo,
and he's a little skinny at this point. He's squirming me, and he's like, "Get off me, man! Like, fuck you, man! Like, come on, man! Like, what?" And I'm like, "No." And so he's squirming. I locked my wrist, carried him out the front door, carried him down the steps. Ian pulls up to the sidewalk. Okay, there's like maybe 20 feet to get from the front stoop to the car, and I'm carrying John all 20 feet. And I put him down at the car to open the door. By the time that I put him down and open the door, John is running back, not running, but like walking back, running his mouth, talking. And so at this point, they've had it.
Oh, yeah, they were done.
They were done.
I'm hoping Big Boy with the boot knocked him out.
Well.
No, I'm sorry, John. I'm just joking.
Well, John's going back talking, and I look at Ian, and I'm just like, bro, what more
do we do?
What more can I do to keep this from happening?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at that point, bro, I apologized for him, appreciated their hospitality.
You've carried him out of there.
Literally did my best to remove him from that situation.
And now he's going back.
Now he's going back and he's running shit. And he turned around and he looked at me. He's like, dude, are you coming or not? And I remember saying, I said, John, there's 40 of them. I said, even if we crack 6 or 7, which you know.
It might be good. Yeah, that's good. That's a good little number. Yeah.
By the time, a couple haymakers, dude, 6 or 7, there's 38 left. There's 30, there's 33 people. They're like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, there is not a situation where we win.
Oh, no, not at all.
And so I said, dude, like, no, nobody has to get their ass beat. Nobody has anything to prove, bro. Like, we can leave. The car's right here. And I can't even remember what he said. And he threw his hands up. And I looked at Ian because Ian's in the car. He's in the driver's seat, windows down. And he was like, dude, are we going or not? And I was like, I didn't know. At that point, I'm putting myself back in this scenario. And after everything that I did to avoid this situation, I said, bro, he's on his own. Oh. This is a lesson that he's going to have to learn. This is a lesson that I can't teach. This is something that he's going to have to figure out. And so I sat my ass on that sidewalk.
And watched.
I watched.
Oh.
And so about 12 of them came off the stoop, circled up. And dude, to his credit, he got about 3 or 4 good licks in on 3 or 4 different people, like was defending himself for a second. Numbers win.
100%. On that one, yes.
John's drunk, surrounded. Numbers won.
And probably like 8 of those guys probably wasn't even drunk.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And, they have something to prove. They're male, egotistical at a party. There's girls. It's not
just that. Like, especially if they're in the fraternity, there's
disrespect.
There's a big thing with that. Yeah. Like, if you're in and they may not even been part of the fraternity that did it, but I would say it was them. And that's a big respect thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And so he literally walked into the lion's den when I had fed the lions. The lions were like dealt with, and he walked back in there. And so I sat my ass on that sidewalk and watched. They circled up. John got a couple licks in, and then all of a sudden he's on the ground, and they are beating the shit out of my friend, dude. And I remember in that moment, I'm looking over there, and I'm just like, did I do the right thing? I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. They are feeding his shit, like kicking him, stomping on him, like, fuck, for about 20 seconds. And I sat there and I watched every bit.
I mean,
they got up and they walked away, and they were talking. They went in the house, and at that point, I was like, you know what, bro? Like that's the lesson. Okay, let's go get him. Let's get in the car. Let's go home. And I knew right there that he might not talk to me ever again. Maybe 2 weeks, but the relationship that John and I had, like, I was expecting to be a little salty. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll get past that, right? Like, maybe one day when you sober up, maybe a week from now when it doesn't hurt so bad,
you'll know. Yeah.
Maybe you might remember some of this. Maybe you'll see it from like a more mature standpoint. Maybe you'll see where I was coming from, and you'll see that I did everything in my power to keep not only myself or you from getting fucked up, You know what I'm saying? Like I did my duty.
But you had old Ian over here too that you had to look out for.
And he had
he ain't never even seen none of that stuff. So that's a big.
He'd never been in a fight.
That's a big player. Like, can I say that it was the right decision?
Well, wait.
It's a hit or miss. Yeah.
Well, just wait.
You're right.
And so I walk over and I literally pick John up, pick him up off the ground, bloody, bruised, beaten. He shoves me off. He's like, man, get away from me, man. And I was like, no, dude, it's over. Come on. We got a 2-hour ride car. I don't care if you talk to me. I don't care if you talk to me ever again. Just get in the car. You know, it's over. Let's get home. Oh, fuck you, man. I'm walking to my sister's. And so starts literally limping down Raleigh, drunk, beaten, bloody, bruised. And he stumbles. And I go to pick him up off the sidewalk because Ian is driving the car beside us on the sidewalk. Like,
all the way down.
Yeah.
Watching.
Yeah, like ready for me just to put him in the car. And John's like, get off me, man. And so I was like, fine. If you want to get up, you get up. I'm not going to pick you up. I'm not going to pick you up again. You know, I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny because around that time an Uber came rolling down the street and saw John on the ground and rolled down his window. Was like, hey man, you need a ride? And like that was the funniest shit. Because like we had a ride, like the whole thing did not have to go down like that. But the Uber was just like, yo, dude, like you need where you going, bro? And John was like, fuck you, you know. And so John starts limping probably a good quarter mile. And I'm walking behind him and I'm talking to him. And at this point, I'm like, John, dude, like I'm sorry it went down like this, but like, come on, we got 2 hours. At this point, it's like 3:34 in the morning. We're not getting home till sunrise. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I brought you here. I'm going to make sure you get home. Whatever you do after that, like whatever you think of me, whatever. Wouldn't have it. And so probably for like another quarter mile, I'm walking behind him, just waiting for him to be like, all right, man, fuck this, take me home. He finally stopped, turned around and said, dude, quit following me. I'm good. Go. Like, go. And at this point, I think maybe he's a little embarrassed. I think, and he's probably hurt because I'm sure in his mind, he 100% expected me to fight with him.
Yeah, to be right there with him. And that's a hard decision for you and like to put yourself in that predicament and with Ian never experienced it. That's a big predicament. That's a hard thing to put
considering
yourself into.
how hard I worked to prevent anyone
from happening.
And he chose that.
Yeah, like y'all were leaving. Y'all were. Yeah.
You know, like he chose that.
I get it.
And he's choosing
to keep walking.
So
did he get in the car?
No.
So did y'all leave?
Yeah. I was like, all right, dude, like I've done everything I can.
Did you ever hear from John again?
Oh, just wait. So we get in the car. About an hour goes by. I get a Snapchat from John. It's a text message saying that he had limped all the way to where his sister used to live. She had moved.
He didn't know.
Yeah. So John got to where he was walking, expecting to have somewhere to stay. She didn't live there anymore. And he was like, can you guys come back and get me? And at this point, bro, we've made it halfway home. And I looked at Ian. I was just like, bro, like, and he said, dude, I'm not going back. Like, I'm tired. Like, this was fun. And he said, you kind of went above and beyond to
get him,
prevent that, get him after that. You know, that's not on me and that's not on you at this point. Like, he chose that. And so I was just like, damn. I said, man, Ian's not turning around. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, you ain't got no rides. You can't do nothing.
And he was like, all right, well, I'll figure something out, man. He said something like, appreciate it. Something. Yeah. And I mean,
it was hurt. I get it.
I get it. I get it too.
So what happened after that? Did you hear from him? Like,
we get home and a couple days go by. Well, no, we get home and then I take a little nap, wake up at like 11:30. And I sent him a message. I was like, yo, man, like, you good? I was like, are you good? And he said, yeah, as good as I can be. I walked over I found so-and-so, one of his friends from East Surrey, and crashed, and I'll be coming home later. I was just like, well, you know, if you want to talk, holla.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk. And so for about 2 or 3 days, things go cold, things go quiet, and I'm giving him space. Like, you know, at this point,
I mean, you don't know what else to say because, like, you already did what you did. He did what he did. Yeah. It's over, yeah.
And I was prepared. I was prepared to lose a friend, you know, like, but, you know, 2 or 3 days go by and John hits me up. He's like, yo, man, what you getting into this afternoon? Like, nothing happened. I was like, shit, you know, nothing. I'll come over and hang out. And so went over there, hung out, and things were as normal as they could be. And at that time, neither one of us really knew how to talk about it.
Like
so,
how to break that ice. And
so we didn't. So we were just Ben and John again, right? And so 2-3 weeks go by and John gets a little lifted. I get a little lifted. And he's like, yo, man, so that was fucked up. And I was like, well, I think it was fucked up for you. Like, you know, I haven't lost any sleep over that. He said, yeah, bro, but when your friend like needs you in a fight, I stopped him. I said, that fight that your friend tried to prevent from happening, that fight that didn't have to happen, that fight that happened when we were guests in someone else's home, you know, like I reminded him, no, dude, like I picked you up. I removed you from that situation twice. You turned on me. You said me, and I stayed and I tried to calm you down and get you out of there. You chose that. And I said, you know what, dude, if they beat the shit out of you, you deserved it. I hope you learned that lesson. And I saw in his eyes that he did, but I also saw in his eyes that I hurt him.
Yeah.
And for a while that weighed on me because he actually developed a limp and they stomped on his fucking kneecap. So like, I think he has like a fucked up knee from that night to this day. And so like,
that's a big, yeah.
You know, so it's like, that was hard on me for a while, but
yeah, but that could have been you. And
we both could have been up, you know, like we both might have like, dude.
And that's a hard thing to.
And it's not even about what happens to me. It was about, again, because if it's warranted, bro, like if John didn't do anything wrong, they tried to jump his ass, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Back to back, we would.
But like when you've already tried to prevent it like 6 different times, it's like, wait a minute. So do y'all talk? Have you talked to him now?
Oh yeah. After that, after like when he straightened that, after 2 or 3 weeks went by, he was like, yo, that was fucked up. I was like, yeah, it was. Like that was fucked up.
And then it was just that.
He was like, all right, man. Well.
Let's just be frank.
He was like, I get it. Then there was no beef.
Yeah.
Then, you know,
don't you just love how like how small our brains are, like me, like as men?
Continued to like
like we don't even we're not even there to hold grudges. We're just chilling, hanging out, let it be bygones, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I told my story first because yours was like extremely long, bro.
I know, I'm sorry.
Like it took like an hour. I should have added way more details in my story.
Well, it kind of all just my mom.
I'm glad that you did it because that's kind of great. That was a good story.
Well,
but I mean, I really don't think that you're wrong. I don't think that you're wrong at that. I don't think that he's wrong. I think that, you know, it happens. You know, it's already forgotten about. Look, it's a good story. It's a good remember. Like good memory, bad memory for him, bad memory for you, good memory for him, good memory for you. You know, hit or miss.
Lessons were learned on both sides.
100%. At least, honestly, let me tell you what. At least Ian had a good time.
Yeah, Ian had a.
Ian, if you're out there, I'm glad that you had a great time at this sorority, bro, and fraternity.
That is a legendary night for Ian too.
Oh yeah, he's probably telling people this story and having a blast, bro.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's a good thing.
So that brings me to your man card or nah.
Yeah, dude.
Telling your friends you love them.
No, yes, a man card or nah. Is it okay to tell a friend I love you?
Absolutely. I think it's encouraged. I mean, and again, you got to know the tier of friend. Like if it's a, you know, work friend or acquaintance or mutual friend or whatever, if the love isn't there, don't fake it. But I mean, I love John. John loves me. I try to tell everyone who I do love when I get off the phone.
I love you.
Yeah. Whether they say it back or not, that doesn't matter because something could happen to me.
And they'll have that forever. They'll hold that. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing.
Something could happen to me on my way home tonight, but you'll know that I loved you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Something might happen to them, and regret is a huge thing. So I mean, I want the people in my life to know that they are loved.
Dude, it was weird for me. Like it was weird for me at first to start it, and I have no idea. Like I did not tell people I loved them like before. Like I gave hugs and stuff like that, but I was not a big like I love you or love you type of person. And I felt awkward saying it at first. And now, man, like I tell people, hey bro, I love you.
I think that's a men thing because the majority of men have been trained and you know, you don't express emotion.
100%.
You know, you don't say. I can't tell you how many of my older friends that their fathers have never told them that they love them.
Yeah, or been hugged.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. It's a crazy story. So this is really weird, and this is to give and it's funny because like I know they listen to this podcast, my aunt and uncle and everything. My uncle's from up north, and like I guess like how he was raised and stuff like that. It's a big thing, like not to give hugs, right?
Yeah,
it's really weird. Me and Dakota had just started dating. And this is the weirdest thing ever. This is just a funny story that came up, I guess. And we're leaving the putt-putt place in Winston off of Universal. Mm-hmm. and we're leaving that place, and we're talking and everything. I go to get in the truck. I give my aunt and all them hugs and everything, and Dakota goes and gives them hugs. And the next thing you know, my uncle gives her a hug. It's like, she gets in the truck. I'm like, do you know what just happened? That is the weirdest thing.
She's a female, though.
No. This is what's weird, right? So all this happened and everything, and now it's just a big thing. Like, we give hugs, never have hugged, tell each other we love each other and all that stuff. And, like, that's the crazy part. It was just out of the blue. And, like, to take that, like how you were saying, like, that's a big thing to get past, or to get past that awkwardness of saying, dude, I love you. Or, like, showing that care. You know what I mean?
I think that to be a real man, to be like an actual man who can regulate his emotions and appreciate them, identify them, and express them, to not say that you love you is a detriment, and you lose your man card for not expressing that.
For not telling somebody you love them. I mean, I couldn't. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I couldn't. I could never look at my kids and not tell them I love them.
Of course,
there's no way that I could leave the house or let my oldest leave for school or anything like that, and without saying I love you.
The guy that I was telling you that story that stabbed me in the back, I told him I loved him whenever I left that day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Guys that the relationship really even isn't like that anymore. Hey man, love you. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Now, I think there is a difference between like love you and like I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there is a big difference. Like there is that term like, hey man, love you. Like you're appreciative. Like you're showing, hey, I appreciate you and love you. But like I'm talking like when you sit down and you say, hey man, I'm getting off the phone with you. Hey, I love you. I care about you. I want you to make it home. So I think there's a difference to it to a certain degree.
I mean, sure.
I guess it depends on the relationship.
It depends on if you feel that way. But I mean, one of my favorite things to say is love, peace, and chicken grease. It's one of my favorite ways to say goodbye because it rhymes. It's cool. And it's like, if you stop and think about that, like, holy shit, Ben's sending me love. Now, that is different. Love, peace, and chicken grease versus I love you.
Makes complete. It is different. Like, you can't say, it is
different.
Yeah, it is different. Like, if you're saying that, like, to everybody, like, all the time, that's a big thing. Hey, I say that. But I'm talking, like, when you get off the phone, you're texting somebody or whatever, and you acknowledge, like, hey, man, I think it depends on the relationship that where you're saying it at. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, usually it's like, when we get off the phone, hey, bro, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one of those big things. It's like something that's always happened.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like you said, you do not lose your man card at all for saying I love you.
No, especially if it's there. So
yeah, 100%, dude.
Hit that applause button, bro. This was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Oh, where's it? Yeah. All right. Tell the people what's coming next.
Guys, man, so our next topic is going to be like what we kind of gave you a little teaser about on it and everything. We're finishing up with this episode. It's going to be about a little bit of hustling, workflow, stuff like that, managing life while if you should be hustling and stuff. And then that's just about it, dude. And then we got another one after that. It's going to be great. We got another one's coming up about being fathers. That one's going to be fun.
I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, dude. But so, hey, guys, listen, it really helps us out if you like, subscribe, follow our TikToks, our YouTubes, our Instagram, everything like that. All the handles will be put in the video. All the handles will be put on our social medias. So that way you can click on those and actually follow us, dude. We're trying to hit a goal of at least 500 followers on Instagram. Not Instagram, on YouTube, sorry. And then obviously our views on TikTok, we're trying to get up there and make this something special.
What's a crazy incentive that, like, if we reach that metric, Ben can bend out and do something crazy? Like, I'm not going to shave my head because I got these curls coming, but like,
honestly, I would
let's shave your beard. Let's shave your beard.
Oh, no, why would I shave my beard and not your hair?
Why would I shave my curls and not your beard?
Dude, you've had a bald head before. I ain't never had a bald beard. This beard's been on me since I was a baby, bro.
Oh, well, listen, if you think of something cool.
That's what it is. So if we hit so many followers on TikTok, we're shaving Ben's head.
I ain't shaving my head.
Lexi said we can.
No, she did not.
She shook her head, yes.
She's
she's over there shaking her head, yes.
No, not at all. We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something. We'll post it on the next episode or whatever. Maybe the next one, next other two. We'll think about it. Let us ponder about this one for a minute. And when we hit that goal, we're going to come up with something wild. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll do a podcast in a cold bath or something. I don't know, like an ice bath. That'd be kind of wild.
All right, that's not bad.
Yeah, like I put you in an ice, like
you keep your beard, I keep my hair. I like that.
I would rather not lose my beard.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, here's what we could do. Like, you give us ideas on if we had a certain amount of followers, what we could do that would just, keep you guys listening and make more people listen, bro.
Let the other one pick a tattoo. Let the other one pick a tattoo, bro.
That one's a good one. That one's scary.
Yeah,
I would never trust you to let me.
No, bro. Oh, yeah, dude. All right.
All right, guys. You have a good night.
I'm terrified of what I'll never know.